Hello, buddy. Chucklings 1000 Pony for Duty, welcoming you back to more Pokemon Emerald. Last time we made our way to Dewford Town, had a little detour in Granite Cave to find our second team member for the LP, known as Sable Eye. We didn't catch it in the last episode because we ran out of Pokeballs, but I went back to Petalburg City and I managed to buy more Pokeballs, and there's something I forgot to mention as I was doing it. I bought 30 Pokeballs, and if you manage to buy 10 Pokeballs in one purchase, you get yourself a free Premier Ball. And I think I did mention that sometime in one episode. I don't recall when, but anyway, we have our female Sableye at the exact same level we encountered the first time. Sableye, the darkness Pokemon. It digs branching holes in caves using its sharp claws in search of food. Raw gems. A Sableye lurks in darkness and is seen only rarely. Now, to come up with a nickname for the Sableye, this one was actually pretty hard for me to think of what to do, because there were a couple of names that I thought of that was relatively unique to Sableye, and it was depending on the gender. But since we have a female one, we have the perfect name. P A T R O K A. Petroka. Now, if this was a male Sableye, I actually would have called him Tatsu, because of the Pokedex entry saying that he's digging for food, being raw gems. Tatsu is a character who is known to eat a lot of food. And you probably notice a little trend here. Sceptile, as a member for my LP team, was known to be called Shulk. And Sableye, depending on what gender I caught him as, it would have been either Tatsu if it was a male, or Petroka if it was a female. Yep, you probably recall, Shulk is a Xenoblade Chronicles character from Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Tatsu is a Xenoblade Chronicles character from Xenoblade Chronicles X. And Petroka is a Flesh Eater from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. You probably might be thinking, is every one of my team going to be named after Xenoblade characters? I am not spoiling anything. Speaking of which, let's have a look at our newly caught Petroka. Quirky nature with keen eye for the ability, and got the Pokeverse immediately. Wow, you didn't take long to press the Pokeverse on team, did you? But yeah, that's actually brilliant for Petroka. Keen eye prevents accuracy loss, and quirky nature is a neutral nature. It's got no positive stat, no negative stat. Everything is balanced, and that is what I like about it. I'm going to put Petroka into Lisa. By the way, there we go. There's the Premier Ball, in case you're wondering what that looks like. Going to use... Oh, I also bought 3 more Super Potions as well, because I had the money to do that. So, Petroka has Leer, Scratch, Foresight, and Nightshade. We're going to put Nightshade at the very top, because that move might be handy in the early run. And these fishermen, I obviously want to battle them to give Sableye some experience. You probably might be wondering, why am I planning to use a Sableye for my team? The answer will come in due time. because Sableye is a incredibly underrated Pokemon in Pokemon Emerald. But as the generation went further onwards, Sableye was known to be more lacking, especially when Gen 6 came out. Oh god. Sorry about that. This is actually not really on topic, but what was happening there, just not on the game, but with me. I had a silent burp pop up, and occasionally, whenever I do a burp, I sometimes have bile come up my throat and into my mouth, giving the taste of sickness. It's actually still in my throat right now. Yeah, that's the most disgusting thing ever, and it happens to me on a recurring reference. Like, it's not the first time I've burped up bile. I've literally lost count of how many times I've done it. Ugh. But yeah, another thing that's actually good with Sableye is not only the fact that Patroka, aka Sableye, has no weakness, she also has 2 immunities. No, 3, sorry. She's got 3 immunities. Because of the fact that Patroka is a part ghost type, that means normal type and fighting type moves cannot touch Sableye at all. And also, the fact that she is also a dark type, that means psychic type Pokemon cannot touch him at all either. That makes Patroka a very interesting Pokemon to use for this LP. And I can honestly say this. You want to catch a Sableye before tackling the second gym if you want an easy time. Trust me on this. Because in fact, oh great, yeah, we're forced to take trainers' phone calls. Okay, there's a hidden Pokeball up here for you to grab. And there's another trainer here that I want to battle, but I'm actually not going to use Sableye for this battle this time. I'm actually going to use Volts. Because I believe this guy just has nothing but tentacles on his team. And in case you were wondering, yeah, Tentacle is actually a Pokemon that Sugar Carnival used in his team of Pokemon Emerald, alongside with a Blaziken, an Absol, an Altaria, a Slowking, and a Ludicolo. So yeah, he actually had 2 water types on his team. But me, I've sort of mixed it up a bit for my team. There is one type that is being repeated, but it's perfectly fine because that way they're not actually sharing a weakness. It's just like with Ludicolo and Tentacruel. They both don't have a weakness to grass, but Tentacruel has a weakness to electric, whereas Ludicolo does not. Because all of Ludicolo's weaknesses are not shared with Tentacruel's weaknesses. Because Tentacruel is weak to electric, psychic, and ground because of him being a water poison type. Whereas Ludicolo is only weak to flying, bug, and poison. Speaking of poison, every few steps when your Pokemon is poisoned outside of battle, your Pokemon will lose a fraction of their health. And they do actually die outside a battle if you keep running with the poison status for too long. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put Patroka back into the lead. Yep. Oi! Get out the way. Because we're now going to tackle the Doofa Jim. Hey, how's it going, Chambound Ash? Doofa's Gym Leader Brawley commands fighting type Pokemon. Going against him with normal type Pokemon is asking for trouble. Fighting Pokemon will lay a serious smackdown on normal Pokemon, so be careful. What's worse, the gym is as dark as the ocean floor, but it will get brighter after defeating the trainers in your way. Hey, okay, go for it. So yeah, what he says there is actually the case. This is the reason why I recommend you to use a Sableye on your team. Because this is a fighting type gym, and ghost types are immune to fighting types. And we have a Meditite here. For those who don't remember me using Meditite in my Colosseum LP, Meditite is a psychic fighting type with the main ability of pure power, which doubles the Pokemon's physical attack stat. And with Meditite being a part fighting type, that is frightening. Literally. And there's the detect spam. And it's obviously using Meditate to actually boost that attack stat even further. Okay, I knew you were going to use Detect. That. I think what this person is doing is he's doing Meditate, Detect. Meditate, Detect. Yeah, that's what she's doing. She's alternating her moves because she can't even touch Sableye. Sableye basically has this gym in the bag. And look at that. Meditite is now +5 attack. Yet she can't do a thing. And one of my cats has just joined me in the room. Hopefully she won't decide to jump around me all the time, because she does tend to do that a lot. Now, the only problem about using Patroka in this gym is the fact that Patroka doesn't really hit that hard in the early run. So, it's going to be a recurring trend of like finding a trainer and then going back to heal. Finding a trainer, going back to heal. It's going to be like that in this gym when you get a Sableye and just go straight in and battle at level 10. Right, we got a Machop and a Meditite. Fortunately, we can use Nightshade on Meditite and Confusion on Machop. Still got the taste of bio in my mouth. Ugh. Right, Focus Energy. That gives you a +1 priority of getting a critical hit. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get it all the time. I'm actually surprised that Sableye is faster than a Rose. That's kind of mediocre, to say the least. Uh-oh. Meditite using Bide to store up the damage taken in this fight. Fortunately, though, it's 2 against 1. Yep. And Patroka is now level 13. And wants to learn Astonish. Heck yeah, we'll teach you that. We'll get rid of... oh, actually, I don't even know what to get rid of in this case. We'll get rid of Leah. I mean, Leah can be a good move to have for somebody who's kind of lacking in the attack stat. But, honestly, it's just kind of like getting used to function. Right, I believe the lights will remain like this when we leave and then come back to heal. It's mainly to recover our PP of our moves. Even though we didn't exactly use that much, but I did think that we did use Scratch a lot in that first battle. So that's why I'm playing it safe, because you do need the moves. Yep, the lights stay lit. Oh, wrong turn. Okay, up here, and then I think it's... didn't really matter. Okay, down this way. Yeah, there's a trainer here. Might is right. I don't know about that, but whatever you say. Let's see, you've got a Machop. Let's see, we use Nightshade. You actually are not necessarily safe from a Machop, because Machop is actually known to learn Foresight, and if this Machop actually carries Foresight, he would be allowed to hit us with a fighting type move. Then again, I think he can also learn another type move as well, so it's just got to be careful of that. But at the moment, it seems it's just using Leah, so I think we're safe. Not enough power, yeah, because you didn't actually do anything. Yep, that was a dead end. Okay. Sometimes there's nothing wrong about taking dead ends, because it will help you find trainers, and then it will light up the way to make it easier for you to see where you're going. Right, we'll use Scratch, because I think we might need to save our important moves for later. Okay, you're using Focus Energy. Unless you have a move that's guaranteed to hit us, I don't think you're going to be able to do anything. Yep, you won't be able to do anything, sorry. You see just how easy it is to use Patroka in this gym? Vastly overpowered. I'm overpowered because I'm using a Pokemon that you can't touch. Oh dear. I know I shouldn't be like battling all these trainers because it is eating up in the time, but I am just being safe here, getting Patroka on par with the level so that way he's caught up with Shulk. Say she is caught up with Shulk. There's the... Every time with the Meditite, it always is detect spamming. Always. Fortunately though, it's not having that moment where it's successfully using detect 5 times in a row. Because that very rarely can happen. I am going to exceed over the time limit for this one occasion, so that way we can finish off Brawley, because he's the only trainer we got left. I'm Brawley, Doofa's gym leader. I've been churned in the rough ways of these bars, and I've grown tough in the pitch black cave. So you wanted to challenge me? Let's see what you're made of. Here we go. This one's going to be a long battle, but it's going to be an easy battle. Gym Leader Brawley starts off with Marchop, level 16, fighting type, Guts for the ability, which doubles the Pokemon's attack stat if it receives a status condition. With the moves Karate Chop, which has a high critical hit ratio, Low Kick, which is fixed on how heavy the opponent is, Seismic Toss, which is fixed on the user's HP, level, and Bulk Up, which raises the user's physical attack and defense. Straight away, he has nothing but fighting type moves, which means he can't do anything. And you notice, he didn't even bother to switch out. We're just going to be using Nightshade because that will ignore the defense buffs. Another thing you probably won't actually know too much about Patroka as a Blade in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. She loves to kill. That's what she loves doing. She loves to kill. Okay. Go right back to the Nightshade. I think next hit might not be able to knock it out. Yep, called it. And I think he's going to use another super potion. Oh no, never mind. There we go. His second Pokemon is Meta-type, level 16, Psychic Fighting type, or Fighting Psychic, depending on how you want to interpret it, with pure power for the ability. His moves are Reflect, Light Screen, Bulk Up, and Focus Punch. Focus Punch is basically a move where you charge on the first turn and then unleash an attack on the same turn as long as you don't get hit. But you notice he's using two Pokemon in a row that are not capable of doing any damage to my Sableye. Ah, he was saving his second Super Potion for Meditite. I don't see why. Your Meditite's not capable of doing anything. That's the only thing it's good for, setting up the screens. Which, by the way, you can get rid of them by using a particular move that we don't have access to yet. Okay, Nightshade will obviously finish you off. And there we go. Second Pokemon down. And we're now level 16. His final Pokemon, Makuhita. Level 19. Fighting type, Guts for the ability, holding a Citrus Berry, with the moves Arm Thrust, Vital Throw, Reversal, and Bulk Up. Now you see why I was saying to recommend using a Sableye on your team. Because, believe me when I say this, if you was fighting him in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, he wouldn't have a Meditite on his team. He would just have a Makuhita and a Marchop, and yet he can't do anything. Sableye makes this gym look like a joke. This was key in why I wanted to use Sableye for my team. To show that Brawley is a pushover if you have a Patroka on your team. I know it just sounds like if you have a Flesh Eater Blade on your team or something, but no. But anyway, this is basically just going to be a one-way train at this point. So I think what I'm going to be doing is, before the recording decides to randomly cut itself, I'm going to call an end to this recording here. You know damn well we are going to win this gym badge, and the TM that we're going to get as a reward is bulk up. That's the move we're going to be getting as a TM when we've beaten Brawley. So I'm going to call an end for this episode early. Oops, excuse me. The gas is building up again. Okay, so next time on Pokemon Emerald, we are going to be delivering that letter to Mr. Stone's person to deliver it to, which was Steven. We're going to be finding Steven somewhere in Dewford Town, which I believe is in Granite Cave, to give him that letter. See you guys then.